Hey everybody. Hey, we are missing a drummer today, so we are rocking it acoustic style. But time to sing, so everybody stand up. Okay. It's a
voice. So can everybody hear me? All right, cool. So welcome. Briefly, I want to tell you a little bit about Sunday Assembly. Sunday Assembly is a 100% celebration of life. We are born from nothing and go to nothing. Let's enjoy it together. Sunday Assembly has no doctrine. We have no set text, so we can make use of wisdom from all sources. We have no deity. We don't do supernatural, but we also won't tell you you're wrong if you do. It's radically inclusive. Everyone is welcome, regardless of your beliefs. This is a place of love that is open and accepting. We won't tell you how to live, but we'll try to help you do it as well as you can. So a handful of people heard about Sunday Assembly, and we decided to make an assembly happen here in the Triangle. I was a part of the original group of people that was interested, and I try to help as much as I can, but we have some wonderful people who really do the bulk of the work. So the motto of Sunday Assembly is live better, help often, and wonder more. We want to build a community of people in the Triangle who are interested in celebrating the wonder of life and to make the most of the one life we know we have. We have a big assembly like this one on the second Sunday of each month, and we also have smaller events so we can continue to build community between assemblies. This is the mission statement for this chapter, our chapter of the Sunday Assembly. We are a diverse congregation that affirms and embraces our very beliefs with acceptance and inclusion. We gather to celebrate our shared human existence and to cultivate a sense of wonder and discovery. We seek to exalt learning, propose joy, and promote fun. We want to inspire, share with, and support our members, visitors, and community. Okay, so we have an icebreaker. If you could find a person maybe that you haven't talked to yet, a new face, and we're going to be really original in the month of Thanksgiving and talk about something for which you are grateful. So please stand up, move around, meet someone.
I've got it.
Hi, Tim. Good to meet you. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, I got a good family. Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I like them more. Christmas song you want us to do next month? No. Yeah, they'll probably bring it up at some point.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about this area. I don't know.
I work for a corporation in downtown Chesterfield called Investment.
Oh, good job. Well, my family. Bought a new house this year.
Okay, if you will wrap up and head back toward your seats.
South of this town, out in DeKalb County. And we moved to north side of town now, right off of that's Church Road. We live in SoCo.
This is when the teacher in me comes out and I want to say things like, if you can hear my voice touch your nose.
Yeah.
If you can hear my voice touch your ear. That's how I always get the kids to focus back. I love the fact that when we have our icebreakers, it's always hard to get everybody to come back because it's so much fun to talk. It's never that awkward silent. As the thing goes on, as the icebreaker goes on, everybody just talks more and more, and I love that. Okay, next we're going to share a reading. This is a reading that I chose, and I love the idea of combining wonder and gratitude. So this is from the website Yoga Anonymous. If you've ever read it, it's a fun website. And this person has they share a Monday morning mantra. And I think it's written by a different person sometimes. So I'm going to read that. Do you remember as a child staring up at clouds, the tallest trees you could find, or beds of flowers, and feeling a strong sense of wonder? Do you remember that feeling of intense happiness and curiosity you felt when you were exploring the wild outdoors with your butterfly net and grinning ear to ear? Think about how often you feel the wonder now, and before you jump to the comment section to say, well, I'm not 7 anymore and I see butterflies all the time, how often do you feel them? What I'm trying to get across is not necessarily to be easily amused by every little thing, because I know very well that sometimes it's difficult to be happy with simplicity. I urge readers to do everything in their power to awaken their sense of wonder, that very same sense we had when we were children. A sense of wonder is a powerful thing in life, and quite often it is clouded over by self-doubt, negative thoughts, and sometimes the opinions of others who do not necessarily value a sense of wonder. If you don't, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But for those of us who do and are worried we have lost it, let's work on getting it back, shall we? The truth is, sometimes we forget that it is some of the most natural, everyday things in life that hold immense amounts of beauty. Sometimes it is easy for us to focus on the darkened skies from a storm than the rain that helps the flowers grow. Much like flowers, sometimes it is those darkened skies from the rain that help us grow, nurture us, and allow us to bloom. So let's talk about gratitude. I remember feeling uncomfortable at Thanksgiving dinners when I had to say what I was thankful for on demand, and I remember feeling awkward when I was told to say thank you to someone. Now, I can't say thank you enough. Thank you is the most incredible thing you could ever say to anyone or anything. Gratitude is so important when it comes to happiness in our lives and gaining back our sense of wonder. We must be thankful for all that we have and all that surrounds us. Gratitude can change the world. Take some time out of your day to focus energy on the gratitude you have for that which is around you. Thank you for the meals we are provided. Thank you for the sunshine in the sky. Thank you for the listening ears when we are down. Thank you for the beautiful earth and all of the living beings. Thank you for steady breathing when we can, for being alive, for smiling. Thank you for our families, our friends, strangers, and everyone else. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for being you. Thank you for the sense of wonder that life gives us when we need it most. That curious feeling sometimes no adult could ever ignore. Do you feel it? Say it out loud. There is beauty everywhere that you look. The key to seeing it begins with gratitude. Thank you for reading. Okay, now I'm going to invite Kevin up to introduce our wonderful guest speaker.
So please join us in welcoming Katie Stoudemire, Program Manager at Wonder Connection, previously known as Hope and Healing Through Science. Wonder Connection is a program of the North Carolina Botanical Garden that provides hospitalized children with a connection to the natural world through hands-on science activities. So lucky to have you here today. Thanks. I'm going to do some rewiring here.
Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I'm very grateful to be here. And I'm going to start off just by showing you a 4-minute video to give you kind of a visual and gives a little bit of background to the program. And then I'm going to tell you a story about one of the kids in the video. And Kevin's helping me get the video up. Also, we did change the name of the program, but I haven't changed the video yet, so it is now Wonder.
Oh, really?
So everybody in the hospital is trying to live and get better, but it's devoid of anything natural. And so being able to bring in things that are either actually alive, like plants, or replicas of plants, or models of animals, reminds kids of the rest of the living world. I was working at the Museum of Natural Sciences in Raleigh, and I was doing outreach for them, so putting together these amazing kits with all sorts of resources on different topics. So, you know, the Monarch Butterflies kit had actual mounts of butterflies, replicas, books, songbirds, but I have to put them in bags because there's no way to clean them. Seeds for planting flowers that would attract butterflies, and at the same time I was volunteering at a children's hospital, and one day it just occurred to me, well, wait, I could just bring some of this stuff with me. Go to number 71.
It's real birds.
Yeah. Yes. So this is a cardinal bird. He's so proud of you for figuring him out. The program brings natural science activities to children hospitalized at Duke and UNC children's hospitals. Kids who are in the hospital don't have access to nature or natural materials, so we do what we can to bring those to kids. Well, yeah, it might. This one mostly swims through the water and eats tiny stuff that's floating. His mouth is kind of like a little net that catches stuff that floats. In middle school, I had an incredible opportunity to go to a camp in the mountains of North Carolina called the Green River Preserve, and totally fell in love with the camp and felt a really deep connection to the land there. And running through the camp is at that point, a small creek called the Green River. Had the idea for it and helped the original designers, and then Joe Chafin, who happens to be my stepdad, like finished all the plumbing pieces. The idea was so that you could be sitting in it, seeming like an actual creek flowing right next to your bed. Just in terms of tactile sensations, it's incredible, but it's also a great teaching tool. I think that when you plant a seed and it sprouts, it's like magic. And I want to be able to bring that to the kids in the hospital, but a lot of them are too sick to handle live plants and bacteria. So we're in the process of working on basically a sealed miniature garden greenhouse so that the kids could work with plants but not be exposed to the soil. So this program is totally unique. As far as we know, there are no other programs like it in the US or in the world that bring nature to kids in the hospital, and I hope that it's not unique for very much longer. So I'm going to tell you all a story, and it's a little hard. Oh, whoa, it's doing it automatically, I think. So hopefully it'll stay. Sorry.
This is Chantel, and I don't know if you guys saw her in the video, but she was looking at the fish tank with me. I met her in 2006 when I first started working with kids at the hospital. Can y'all hear okay? Okay. And she is the only teenage girl I've ever met who greeted everyone who came into her room with a smile and asked how they were doing, and then when they left, wished them a good day. She kept up with everyone's pet's name. She knew your children's names, your significant other, important dates coming up in your life. This kid was a friend to everyone in the hospital. And lucky for me, she really loved doing science, so I got to spend a lot of time with her. And during our time together, I realized that she had missed an enormous amount of school. But for her, that was it. I mean, some kids would be excited to miss school, but she really loved school. And she was eager to learn. And so we did all sorts of different activities together. And one of the things that she would do is after she would learn something, she would sort of see it's doing it on purpose. Like, all right, well, so Raven Simone was her favorite character. And what she would do is like take whatever we learned, and I needed to stop. Stop it. I don't know. Like I don't want it to go forward. I don't know how to make it not right. I'm sorry. I don't. Well, I want the animation, I just don't want it to automatically replace
That's where
it.
Yeah, I think it's just.
It's, the slideshow is going on. Well, maybe let me just do that.
I'm pretty sure that I could try.
Okay, come on up.
It's an interactive experience.
Them out the babe.
I'll try it, because we do PowerPoints and slideshows and stuff, so I think. Check the use timing, and check the use timing at the top.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, there we go.
So then, you can just go ahead. And hopefully, it works.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, so she loved Raven, and what she would do is incorporate Raven into whatever we had learned and then tell a story about it, and then I would type it up for her and print it out. So we have this collection of stories about various things, such as, it's working perfectly, thank you very much, learned about the frog life cycle. We also grew seeds in her window. We exploded volcanoes. I worked with her a whole lot over the years. And one day I was just like casually mentioning something about bones and muscles, and she looked at me with a really confused face, and I was like, well, you know, I sort of kept going, and it was clear that she didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, well, how am I going to teach somebody about something I don't even remember ever learning? I don't remember having to learn about bones and muscles. I think I just knew, like, from a really young age. So I thought about it, and at some point in school, I had done a lab where we had dissected raw chicken wings. So I was like, well, but no, yeah, obviously you can't bring raw chicken into the hospital. It's going to make the kids sick. So instead, I brought in a rotisserie chicken, cooked. And we went through the different layers, you know, skin and fat, and then muscle and bone. And while we were going through that, we worked on sort of lots of other body systems. And I was like, well, you know, I want to add books to this because I like to read. So I was all excited that I got this book. And I was like, this will be great. It's so fun and colorful. And this is a picture of the lung page. And she looked at this and she said, but Katie, there aren't really people inside her lungs, right? She was really worried about this. And I was like, no. Okay, I need to be more concrete, obviously. You know, this kid is so eager and so kind, and I want to do right by her, but it was tricky to figure out how to do it. I didn't really have the resources that I needed. So we kept looking for books and we couldn't really find one that had text that was easy enough for her to read with accurate pictures. So we used some websites like this one, and I did a bunch of models. And she was starting to get pretty excited about learning about how her body works. I remember when she first learned about like where poop and pee came from, it was just like mind blowing for her. She was like going down the hallway telling everybody about it and like kind of demonstrating with this clay that we had. And she was like excited to learn for herself, but also this is the kid who greeted everyone who came into her room. She wanted to teach other kids, but she was so sick that she couldn't really be around other patients. So eventually what we decided to do was combine her new knowledge and her like desire to share it with other people with her storytelling skills. And we wrote a book, like just put it on Shutterfly, you know, and printed it out. So this first book is called What's Inside My Body, a book for kids about how your body works. And we printed multiple copies and she gave some to the hospital school and to the playroom so that other kids could learn about it. And here's just an example of a picture. So fairly obvious skeleton there, and then her words about the bones. So she learned a lot about her body, and through the course of that, she started asking questions about her disease. She had cystic fibrosis. And I realized that she, you know, at first I thought she knew a lot about it. She could tell me all about the different breathing treatments she had, all the medication she had to take every day. But she didn't actually know like what cystic fibrosis was or why she was having to do all this stuff. So, you know, she didn't really know that cystic fibrosis is it's an inherited disorder. It causes your mucus to be thick and sticky. And that causes all sorts of other problems, especially with the respiratory system and the digestive system. And I asked her if she knew where she got it, and she said, well, I think I got it from my mom's genes. So this kid didn't know that it wasn't a mistake for what her mom wore. So I was like, okay, we got our work cut out for us. We started working on not only where cystic fibrosis comes from, but since she had all this background knowledge of the different treatments she did, what do those treatments do? And the more that we talked, the more it became clear that she needed to write another book. So she wrote a second book, and this book, so we went through, again, like where it comes from, and on the page about the genetics, she said, it's no one's fault. I was like, good, okay, we've made that connection there. And then she went through her different treatments. We took pictures of her doing the different ones, because she was like, well, I want kids with cystic fibrosis to know about this, but also what about kids they go to school with and their siblings? So we worked on this book, and in the book she said, I wrote this book because I learned about cystic fibrosis and I wanted to share this information with all of you. So we published this one too. We gave it to the hospital school and the playroom. And I think through the process of writing that book and learning about her disease, she felt really empowered because she started asking better questions of her doctors and her nurses, and she could sort of better understand her treatment and prognosis and future. And she also loved sharing the information with other people. Here's a picture of her. We also do like science fair at the hospital, and this is a picture of her. She actually took everything one step further and then compared human bodies to dog anatomy because she really loved dogs. So this is her presenting there. But really, through this whole process, you know, Chantel and who she was as a kind-hearted person showed through. And what she wanted to do was take her experience and use it to help other kids who are in the hospital have better lives. And I think that is at the heart of what I'm trying to do, is to make kids who are in the hospital's lives better and to use science and nature as a tool to do that. And that's it. So if you guys have questions, I think I have a couple minutes for questions. Yeah.
Is this still a unique?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I think it is. I was actually, somebody is trying to do research on this type of work, and so I was all excited and, you know, contacted them, that these are people at the University of Texas, and no one else has contacted them. So, you know, that doesn't mean that it's not happening, but that I know of, there isn't anywhere else doing it. Yeah.
How many people do you have?
Oh gosh, this is a tough question because, well, so it was 2 full-time people, and then I had a baby, and so now I'm half-time, and my other full-time person took a job with the school system. So I have 2, me and another half-time person right now, but we should be able to get back up to 2 full-time when that happens. And then we also have, about 14 volunteers. We have 7 volunteers that work in the hospital, and then actually we also do events at the botanical garden for outpatients and their families. And I don't know if you guys know the Ronald McDonald House is like literally across the street from the botanical garden in Chapel Hill, so we invite those families over, and families from the SECU family house also. We have about 7 volunteers that help with the outpatient events as well. Any other questions?
Yeah, so what would you need help with if folks wanted to help your program out? Could they come to the botanical garden, make a donation, or?
That's a great question. So right now the program is funded by like 90% grants.
Okay.
And we're looking to sort of spread the word about what we do so that we can get like individual donors and maybe like corporate donors, because it's good to have a diverse funding strategy rather than like just, and so like just telling people about the program and sharing the website, and certainly if people want to donate, you donate through the botanical garden, and you can do it through the wonderconnection.org website. We have a link that sends you through the botanical garden, or you can do it through the botanical garden itself. Well, thank y'all so much. Thank And thanks again for the technical assistance.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, yeah.
Take the community to run.
So how do I, is there automatically? Yep, that is it. All right, song time. Please rise.
Lyrics up there?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the rising goodnight, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the Sometimes I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Okay. So how many of you guys are Doctor Who fans? What? Doctor Who fans. Okay. So most of you then should be familiar with Weeping Angels.
Yes.
Well, they're an alien race on Doctor Who that are described as quantum locked. That means when you look at them, they're stone statues, and when you look away, they're free to move, which usually means they're going to kill you. So whatever you do, don't blink. Don't blink or you're dead. So physicists from Cornell University have recently demonstrated experimentally that matter can be quantum locked. I'm not a quantum physicist, so I'm not going to go into the specifics of the science. I just think it's really cool because the team's research showed that if atoms are repeatedly zapped with lasers at shorter and shorter intervals, as if under continuous observation, then the atoms can be frozen in place. This effect, known as the quantum Zeno effect, basically says we can freeze matter if we never stop observing it. So don't blink.
Okay, life happens. So this is the segment of our Sunday Assembly where we share events that are happening, happy events, not so happy events, whatever is going on in our community. So I'm going to start with the less happy and end with the happy because, I don't know, it just seems the way to do it. So you may have noticed that Margaret, our friend Margaret, is not here today, and I have something to read to you from her. Dear friends, I have been struggling with how to say goodbye. It's been a difficult month for me. My husband and I have separated and I moved back to the Washington, D.C. area. There are so many emotions behind that one short sentence, but I am sure you can imagine what it must be like. Those of you who already knew have been incredibly supportive and generous. Sunday Assembly has been exactly the kind of community I needed to help get through this. One of my regrets is the feeling that I am leaving the Sunday Assembly organizational team in a lurch. They are already short-staffed, and each of them is pouring a ton of energy into keeping Sunday Assembly alive. I know they've already been asking for help. If any of you have just a little time to give, it would go a long way. As for me, I will hope Sunday Assembly DC is half as wonderful as all of you. So please send your warm thoughts to Margaret in DC. And now for our happy, Alice turned 6. Happy birthday, Alice.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to let you know about our upcoming drives for the next 2 assemblies. So we are collecting children's books today for Book Harvest. And next assembly is going to be a big one. It's our winter solstice event. And we're going to be collecting toys and food for the Orange County Department of Social Services Toy Chest. If you're not familiar with the Toy Chest, there's over 7,000 children in Orange County who are living at 200% below the poverty level or lower. Those families struggle during the holidays to provide gifts and holiday meals for their children. So the DSS Toy Chest puts together basically a store of donated toys for kids from infants through teenagers. And the parents are able to go in and select toys based on their children's personalities and their likes and dislikes. And they're usually able to get 2 or 3 toys from the Toy Chest for their kids. So we'll be collecting toys and food for the Toy Chest. And I've also been in touch with the Department of Social Services to see if they need any volunteer help. So if they need any volunteer help sorting or setting up, then they're going to let us know and we'll make a meetup and we'll make sure everyone knows that would probably be in late December. But for next month, I have a flyer at the back of the room on the snack table with some suggestions about what kinds of things that DSS says that they've needed. And yes, feel free to bring to the next assembly anything from that list or anything else that you come across that you think would fit that need. January is our first birthday, which is pretty exciting. So the collection we'll be doing in January is something called birthday bags. We'll fill you in more in December, but it's bringing in gift bags and cake mix and icing, and those go to the Interfaith Council in Chapel Hill, and they give them out to families to help with kids' birthdays. So pretty great little donation thing. Our upcoming service projects, December, we don't have anything in November. November is a pretty busy time to try to organize just about anything we've found. So if you're doing some volunteer work in November and you want to invite other Sunday Assembly folks to join you, please let us know. We can put it on our Facebook page and send it out in our email newsletter. But the next volunteering things that we have scheduled are food bank volunteering on December 19th, and then food bank family age 5 and up volunteering in January. And there's more details about that on our meetup page and our website. And I will hand things back to Rebecca.
Thank you. I want to share a little bit about the DSS toy chest. So in my day job, I'm a school counselor, and I have worked in Orange County and worked with families in need. And this is a really great program. I Googled it to make sure I was right, but the poverty line is a 4-person family living in an annual income below $23,000. And so 200% below the poverty line is very little money. And that would include all of your basic needs. So the toy chest is wonderful because it allows parents a sense of pride in being able to give their child something, because they often have not been able to do that. I'm talking about parents who struggle to go to the Dollar Tree and buy Christmas gifts for their child at the Dollar Tree. So what's really cool about the toy chest is, instead of like taking over that process for the family, DSS kind of allows the family to own it. So they create this shop, and they're given like vouchers for how many items they can get or whatever. And so the parent can make the choices for their child. And I think that's really a gift to the parent too. And I know the parents feel really proud of being able to give something to their child that they may not have up until this point. So when I worked in Orange County, I had kids that didn't have running water. I had kids that lived in trailers with holes in them, like big, huge holes with tarps over them. So if you think about last winter, what that was like to live in a trailer with holes in it would be almost like camping in a tent. So I just wanted to share that little personal information about the toy chest, because I really love what they do with that. Okay, so speaking of donations, our Sunday Assembly is run entirely on donations slash money from the organizational team. They wouldn't say that, but I'm saying that for them. So there's many ways that you can support Sunday Assembly. You can make a contribution at the table in the back. They now take credit cards, yay, and PayPal. And you can also contribute through the website. If you are lazy like me, you can set up a financial sustainer where each month it automatically takes a small draft or a large draft if you want. And I like that because then I don't have to think about it. And when I take what I might give over a course of a year, if you divide it up between all the months, it's really not very much and you don't even really notice it. So that's the way that I like to roll. And so if you're interested in being a sustainer, that information is on the website as well. And celebration, now we are officially a 501c3 tax exempt organization. And this is a big kudos to our organizational team because it's a big hurdle. A lot of paperwork, a lot of hoops to jump through, and so that's really wonderful. And the nice thing is that now all of the donations back to December 2014 are tax deductible. So everyone who's donated can count what they've already donated. So that's really wonderful. And thank you to all the donors that made the application process possible, because even the application costs, of course, because that's how things are, you know? If giving money is not your thing, or that's not something that you can do right now, there are many other things that you can do. We need help hanging out flyers, so if you go to places that have those awesome bulletin boards, then you can hang up some flyers. And if you know of a really wonderful activity, something going on in the community that you think people would be interested in, you can host a meetup. You can read at an assembly, like the Moment of Science or the reading for the day. And you can even host a service project. So if you know of something going on where people need some actual bodies helping, much like the food bank project, you can host a service project. Oh, that after. Now we're going to sing a song.
Wait. Sorry. Okay. We're going to add something kind of to our Life Happens. We have a member who would like to share something with everybody. So if you want to come up here.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the cords.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm small, I'm sorry. So, hi, my name is Amelia, and I just kind of wanted to share something with you guys because it's kind of been recent and, well, not really recent, but I mean, there was something that happened to me recently that I feel like would be nice to share, and this is kind of last minute, I'm sorry, but I've been struggling with depression for about a year, and it's been really hard for me, and I have been trying hard to get better. I've been going to therapy, and I was taking Prozac, and now I'm taking Lexapro and Wellbutrin, and there's just a lot of different factors that are going into this, and recently I was hospitalized, and that was really hard for me. I was there for like a week and a half maybe, and it was just something that I had to go through, but I feel like it really helped me because it made me realize that some people, a lot of people, they value me and they want me to be there, and I have gotten medicine changes and a whole lot of different coping skills that I can use to help myself, and it's kind of been a really emotional thing for my family. My mom over there is like almost crying. Sorry, Mom. But so since that happened recently, I just felt like I needed to share it with people, and I'm not really asking for any sort of sympathy or anything, but I just felt really empowered, and I felt like that was something that I wanted to share because life happens, and you just have to keep going through it, and it's something that can happen even to someone who's just turned 12, and it doesn't always happen to people that are older, and I just felt like I wanted to share that, and I feel like this is a good place to start to share that. And so, yeah, thanks for letting me share. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now we're going.
I know. I'm sorry.
2.
I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we first met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. For other girls were never quite like this. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we first met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Yay! Next month is our solstice celebration. This will be a really special assembly, a way to celebrate the season together. We won't have a guest speaker, but we will have extra songs and readings, some holiday themed and some not, and a potluck. We have a song voting on the wall, so let us know what songs you would most love to sing. There's even a little paper for extra suggestions I saw. And the potluck sign up is on the snack table. So hopefully we'll entice you with snacks and then you can sign up to bring something for the potluck. Please join us, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be right here, December 13th, 10:30 as usual. All right, we have some final words to share with you, a great quote. Thank you so much for being here, and then after that comes the snacks. I would maintain that thanks are the highest form of thought, and that gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Thank you.
I just saw the Are you 12?
Yeah.
My daughter is 11. So.
I just turned 12 on Halloween, so yeah, it hasn't been long.